I scribe the words in my mind and they take a bit longer to reach my fingertips, but when they do, they form into a fist. I raise it to the sky and I resist. I resist through these words of mine. I read between the lines and rewrite history where they marginalize. And I hate capitalism so much I don't even capitalize the letter I, because someone somewhere is saying I instead of we. And
tell him again! From the top, come on! Let's get him!
I read between the lines and rewrite history where they marginalize, and I hate capitalism so much I don't even capitalize the letter I, because someone somewhere is saying I instead of we. And the coward says I'll sacrifice him instead of me, and it's like the only time I get to write the word unity is when I'm writing about how hard it is to see. Wow. We watch people die at home, I saw the flames rise higher. You can say there's no agenda, but if you say it, you're a liar, because last month we saw nobody...
Come from the top!
You can say there's no agenda, but if you say it, you're a liar, because last month we watched nobody die at Notre Dame. But I guess the worth of architecture is higher than the price we put on lives. Last month we saw nobody die in that fire. How sad that I feel as if I'm becoming immune to death, as if I know how it feels to take your last breath. I guess it's just something that I expect, but never would be something I can accept. That's why I take my pen and I stab it into the page until the ink bleeds out, until the ink reads out, victory, justice, freedom. Fuck the government, we don't need them, and fuck your riches, you can keep them, because we dream of victory, justice, freedom, but never think that we're sleeping. Whenever we hear the message, we take heed of it. I'll die for the cause and you can watch me bleed for it, because how many have we lost and seen bleed for it? And I can taste the revolution in the air, we're so in need of it, and I'm keen for it, I crave it. Wish black boys were in the trap cooking up dreams instead of crack, but they don't have the recipe because their dreams have been cut from the seams, and I don't blame a single one of them for the knife or the gun on them, because it's all an equation, like 1 + 3 equaling 4, struggle plus oppression equals war. The only thing that I hate is that they don't look at each other and see themselves. The only thing that I hate is that they don't look at each other and see themselves dissipate. They don't look at each other and see that they have the same fate. They don't look at each other and see that the cruelty isn't innate. It's been painted and our truth has been tainted. Our skin has been criminalized and that's why we hate it. They make you hate yourself until you put your soul on the shelf. Then when you look at your brother, all you see is another who is just like you, and now you hate him too. No one wants to talk about politics, but it's all fucking political. Yes. Starting wars in countries except the ones that buy all their weapons from you. Look at the shell of a bullet in Syria and I bet you that the last initial is a K and the first one is a U. Wish I could say it was a conspiracy or I was a crazy conspirator, but I literally walked past the arms fair being held at the conference centre in Olympia. We need to regroup and remember that there are power in numbers, and they can call us the minority, but we don't have to give them the authority to control. Woo! And it's not only violence that sweeps our streets. There's cold feet belonging to bodies who are deemed obsolete, pushed out to the pavements, but do you know how deep the pain gets? Even the concrete isn't free. How can we call ourselves a first world country when there's 320,000 people out there homeless and hungry? Yes. Tax on everything we buy, tax on money we make to stay alive. Every year we watch the tax rise and wonder why we're so stressed, depressed, psychotic, and I'd ask a medical professional for a list of the rest, but it's hard to find one since they've cut funding for the NHS. Oh. You can burn us in high rises, make poor people pay high prices, force homeless people out of doorways, and up your sleeves you have many more ways to try and make us break, but you will fail. Don't you know how strong a resilience that struggle creates? You may be the hands that control the law, but out of your hands are the laws of nature and fate. You try to separate and segregate, but with each oppressive move you make, the chances lessen that our love for each other will dissipate. Maybe there are a few that will turn a blind eye, but God will never cease to spectate. You take from us, and we take what's left of us, and weft and weft and weft. You can try and thin us out, but we weave together until we're strong and intertwined like mesh, but you're the ones who are see-through. Yeah, you can make us shoot each other, but don't you know ideas are bulletproof? You can kill us in many ways, but there isn't any way of killing the truth.